yet?
No, look, there's I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Alvarez has responded to Terence Crawford's knockout wins with a mix of respect and skepticism. He praised Crawford's dominant performance against Errol Spence, admitting that he made the victory look surprisingly easy. Still, Canelo questioned the rest of Crawford's resume, pointing out that Spence is the only truly elite opponent he has beaten so far. Looking ahead, Canelo teased that the real answers will come once they finally face off in the ring, leaving fans buzzing with anticipation about what's to come.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo also dropped hints that he already has a clear read on Crawford's fighting style and strategies, expressing confidence in the way he is preparing. With a playful smile, he added that Turki Alalshik will be furious on fight night since he'll be standing in Crawford's corner when things unfold. That personal touch adds even more tension to the showdown, giving the upcoming battle an emotional edge that goes beyond just skills and tactics.
Now you're gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's choice to bring in Jaron "Boots" Ennis as a sparring partner is already being praised as a brilliant move. Analyst Johnny Ortiz explained that Ennis's size, style, and rhythm closely resemble Crawford's, making him an ideal training partner. This gives Canelo the chance to study Crawford's timing and movement up close while sharpening his own defense and adjustments in real time. At the same time, Ennis gains invaluable experience by training with one of the sport's greatest champions, creating a rare win-win scenario that benefits both fighters and adds another layer of strategy to Canelo's camp.
Makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent. I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots' end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy, is gave him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? And in reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the blood clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man? I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. there's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans. The Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots. When you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Jose Benavidez also stressed how valuable Canelo's decision was in choosing Ennis for sparring. He argued that Ennis mirrors Crawford's physique, footwork, and style, which gives Canelo a realistic simulation of what he'll face. Benavidez added that Crawford's naturally smaller frame could play a big role when fight night comes, especially against a stronger, more experienced champion like Canelo. By training with someone of Ennis's caliber, Canelo not only builds confidence, but also strengthens the belief that he already holds the upper hand before the opening bell even rings.
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good. Ennis is a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, you know, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford, but in my opinion, I think if Crawford can maybe just tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's gonna make a mistake and he's gonna get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, you know. But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, you know. Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
You know, it's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or, I mean, it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp, you know? So, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, you know, and we got to respect that. And I think...
Boxing has entered a new global era, with streaming platforms rewriting history for live sports. The Netflix blockbuster between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson drew an unbelievable 65 million viewers worldwide, breaking records for audience size. That fight proved that demand for combat sports is far greater than many expected. Now all eyes are on the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford clash, which carries the weight of possibly surpassing that record. This is more than just two elite fighters meeting in the ring. It's a moment that could shape boxing's global future, as fans across every continent wait to see if this fight can outshine even the Paul versus Tyson spectacle.
Like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, oh, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. You know, he was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
Terence Crawford, true to his fearless reputation, has embraced the challenge of moving up to face Canelo with a carefully crafted strategy. He admitted that bigger fighters can be difficult to deal with, but insisted that there are proven ways to overcome the size difference. One of his main tactics is to force larger opponents backward, taking away their comfort zone. Since most big fighters prefer to dictate the pace by moving forward, Crawford believes turning that dynamic around could be the key to breaking Canelo's rhythm and shocking the world on fight night.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.